What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. I don't know if you guys saw this earlier. You probably did. But one of Critical Drinker's Last of Us videos got blocked for copyright by HBO, which is just total chicken shit, bullshit, horse shit. That HBO would go out there and do this. This is what Drinker had posted up. Hey, HBO, are you guys going to unblock my Last of Us video or continue to shamelessly abuse the YouTube copyright system like a bunch of pussies? Because really, you're just proving how afraid you are of actual criticism. And yeah, that's kind of the topic today. These guys are afraid of criticism, and they're also afraid of their own audiences. They're afraid of you not liking the crap that they put out and then getting out there and talking about it. They don't want that. That's not just HBO and Warner Brothers, although they're like the worst offenders when it comes to using like some of their material to put in a video. I got copyright claimed all the time for that, and to the point I'm just not going to put their shit in the video. But Drinker understands, I'm quite sure, how to get around that because that's his game. That's what he does. He just, cuts and places things correctly. The video is back up, by the way. The video is back up. So, if you were interested in going to watch it, you can go and check that out. I'll go ahead and link it in the description in case anybody's interested. Why The Last of Us is falling apart. But earlier it had been blocked for copyright. Pirate Nation had posted it up. HBO just copyright struck the Critical Drinker's latest video, Why The Last of Us is Falling Apart. It's really not a copyright strike. It was more of a block. The video unavailable. The video contains content from Home Box Office, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. And so, yeah, that's the same video that's blocked. But again, it's back up. So if you want to go and watch it, look, all it does is just draw more attention to Critical Drinker, because now people are like, oh, shit, I wonder what was in the video. Yeah, maybe I should go and check that out, man. Let's see what he had to say. And it's nothing that we haven't seen Drinker do before. It's just based criticism, him just walking through the episodes or walking through these various characters. It's really like character analysis and showing them everything that they did wrong with these various characters and why the show is absolutely falling apart. That's all it is. But today, I'm just talking about these franchises that these major media companies like Warner Brothers and Disney and Paramount, Universal, etc. Look, they buy up pop culture franchises like bubblegum cards, all right? They can't wait to own as many of these franchises as they can. They're in, constant deal making. Hey, we want to own the rights to make the TV shows and the movies and own all the merch, blah, 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 blah. That's what they want because they know there's value in that. They know there is a giant fan base behind that franchise that they can squeeze money out of. They can squeeze money out of the fan base, and exploit them for all the money that they're worth. And honestly, it would be one thing that if they did that but still respected that same audience beyond just their pocketbooks, but hey, this is what made the franchise great. Hey, this is what these audiences care about. And they took time to learn the franchises, invest in the franchises, all right? And not just try to make money off the fans. It would be one thing if they did that. I would actually be okay. Hey, all right, yeah, we want to give you our money to do right by our franchise that we built, all right? That we built. Not The Last of Us, but a lot of these other franchises like Star Wars and Marvel, DC Comics and all of that. It was the fans that kept these franchises along during the lean years, when they weren't making money, when Marvel was going through bankruptcy, when Star Wars wasn't the biggest thing on the planet, and had some downturns. It was the fans that kept it alive. And so if they respected the audience that built it and maintained it, okay, cool. Give us what we want. We'll give you what you want. Everybody's happy, right? But that's not what happens. They put their woke bullshit in there, and then they get upset, and then they want to go block your videos, all right? Or in the case of Harry Potter, you guys remember I was talking about this. Yeah, they go and cast Black Snape. Again, this is HBO once again. They go and cast Black Snape, and then they turn the comments off on the Instagram post. No, we don't want you talking to us. We don't want to hear from you, nerd. We don't want to hear from you, nerds. Just watch the content. That's all we want you to do. Just go watch it and give us your damn money. But we got stuff to say. We don't like Black Snape. We want the faithful book accurate adaptation that you promised. That's what we want. You said you was going to give it to us. What's this Black Snape bullshit? Well, too bad, so sad. Hey, we own the franchise, all right? We own the franchise, nerds. So suck it up. That's what it is. You know, it's like, all right, man, you know, this is the problem with these guys. They can't stand the criticism. They're literally just here for the money, and they could give a damn about how you feel. They could care less if the audience has a problem with the way the franchise is being handled. We see that with Star Wars, all right? We see it with Star Wars in spades. They're the prime example. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. But see, that's what happens with some of these big, major franchises. It's almost like if you can imagine a sports team where a billionaire swoops in and buys up like your favorite baseball team or basketball team, football team, whatever. But they don't care about investing in the team. Oh, hell, no. I'm just here to make money. I'm just here to make money. I'm not putting a winner on the field or on the court. I'm not doing that. Hell no. All right. I am here to milk this thing for all it's worth. I'm going to use it as a status symbol for all of my other billionaire friends. And that's it. That's what it's for. It's not for you, fans. It's not for the fans. Now, contrast that philosophy with what the current LA Dodgers are doing, all right? My team, all right? The LA Dodgers. They are out there spending money, trying to build the best team that money can buy, all right? Spare no expense like John Hammond from Jurassic Park, all right? They out there trying to win. They want to win. We want to win games. We want the fans to be happy. They care about their fans. Yeah, people coming out, oh, the Dodgers are terrible for baseball. They're ruining the sport. Well, you know, maybe your owner should be trying to do the exact same thing the Dodgers are doing. We out here trying to win. We want the fan, and we're willing to spend whatever it takes. We're not just going to lowball the team like the A's and then hope to move or some shit. Remember Major League, all right? Trying to do what chicken Major League is doing. Let the team lose so she could sell it to Florida. No, it's like they're trying to win. They want their fans to be happy. Don't you wish these studios like Disney and Warner Brothers and all of them, don't you wish they cared about the media franchises the same way that the Dodger owners care about their fans? Don't you wish they cared about you like that? That's the way it should be. And then when you come out and voice your displeasure, right, and you call out all the bullshit that they're doing, and you're saying, yo, this doesn't work. This is bad storytelling. This is trash storytelling. This character of, what's her name, Ellie? So I don't even really rock with The Last of Us like that. I know the video game, everybody said the second Last of Us game went completely off the rails, and everybody checked out at that point. But I guess there were some folks that was hoping that they would understand the error of their ways and they would fix it. Nope, apparently not. They decided to just press on, and here's the results. 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. The fans hate it. But when you start saying it and you start calling the bullshit out, oh, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're this, that, misogynist, sexist, you know, then all the ists and all the phobes come out. Instead of them just recognizing, okay, we did a bad job at connecting to the audience that liked at least the first season of The Last of Us and liked the first game. We're doing a bad job of connecting to that audience. That's our fault. That's our fault as creators. We got to do better. That's what they should be saying, but that's not what they're saying, is it? All right. What they're doing is, we got to get out here. We got to block the Critical Drinkers video, which is breaking it down eloquently, telling us how fucking stupid we are. You know, like that's what we got to do. We got to go out there and block all of this crap so that people can't see it. Well, I guess, you know, they figured it out like, nah, this ain't going to hold water. And his video is back up, you know. But yeah, it just goes to show how chicken shit a lot of these media companies are. I'm always surprised that Disney leaves comments open, you know, like they did for the Snow White videos. Like they left all of the comments open and everybody dogged it, you know, and I guess Disney probably thinks, yeah, okay, we're immune to this. We're bulletproof, whatever. Say what you got to say. You see, that really shows you that they don't care. At least, you know, like HBO, like, yeah, we don't really want this bad information getting out. Yeah, let's block this thing as long as we can get away with it. You know, but I think YouTube or HBO, one of them just, you know, came to their senses and said, nah, all right, man, we just going to have to let it go. Because, again, all it does is just make Critical Drinker that much more important. Or anybody that they decide to block. Anybody that they decide to block, that points a lot of attention to it. And now everybody wants to go and watch the video. Oh, man, let's see what he had to say. He probably crushed them. And he did. But he did it in a respectful way where he's just basically talking about the characters. There's no reason whatsoever to block this thing, you know, but it is what it is. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Look, at the end of the day, these media companies have to understand that the fans are going to always win. All right. The fans are never going to lose in this situation. It may take us a long time to get to the victory lap. But we are going to eventually get there because ultimately the fans are the ones that own these franchises. I say this all the time when it comes to Star Wars. The franchise belongs to the fans. It doesn't belong to Disney. Not really. Disney wasn't around when this thing was originally built. George Lucas built Star Wars. But the fans are the ones that built it into the mega powerhouse that it is. And Disney eventually one day will either understand that and do right by the franchise, or fans will completely disappear into the ether, checked out, and Star Wars will die, and then they'll try to sell it off to somebody who will do it right. And then the fans will come back. But it's going one way or the other. You're not going to win this battle of we're going to make garbage and the fans are just going to have to suck it up. That's not the way this thing works, all right? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.